Now, Scott, you made a comment about don't turn a Bedan on its side like it is dangerous. Actually, turning the Bedan on its side like that and rolling it into the cut, yeah, is exactly the same as making a bead roll with a 3/8 beading parting tool. It honestly, it is not dangerous.
It is if you have a tapered Bedan. Not all Bedans are square. Some are tapered, and if you turn the taper like that, you're gonna catch the corner of that tool, and it's gonna bite you.
Well, all
Because
of
I've
mine
done
are,
it. That's how I know that.
all of mine are square, so I guess I'm okay.
Yeah, but you didn't say that it was square. You have to signify that that was a square Bedan, because not all Bedans are square.
Well,
Got to
I
keep
thought
the
you
cut in
could.
the middle of the. Got to keep the cut in the middle, Scott.
Yeah. Hey, thanks.
Right,
Thanks,
I
Ruby.
agree.
That was a very good demo.
But if that
I didn't
Bedan
know
is
that-
tapered, you can't keep that cut in the middle.
What-
you
I'm
lay it on
sorry,
its side.
I've never seen a tapered Bedan.
Well, I'll get
Because
one
I
and show
learned
it
how
to
to
you.
use a Bedan when I was in France.
What
And
what is the Bedan? What is the Bedan? What are you guys talking about?
the Bedan has the bottom is flat, and then the cutting edge goes up on one side only, and then it's flat again. And you sharpen the bevel edge, and you use it upside down with the bevel up.
I have one in my hand right now if you want to see it.
Okay, can you highlight him?
Hello.
Who was that?
That's
Oh.
me, Scott. But
Hey,
this
Scott, how you doing?
this is a tapered Bedan. As you can see the taper.
Turn it sideways.
You can see it's
No,
straight on it. You can see the taper. But this is a Bedan right here. So you can see it's got the
Yeah, see, the Bedan that I used has significantly more angle, and it's not tapered. I use the European Bedan, and I can't speak to yours.
this is a Sorby. This is a Sorby Bedan.
So if somebody wants to highlight me, I'll show you mine, because mine's more tapered than Scott's.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, my taper is almost 45 degrees.
There's mine.
Okay,
Slow down. Bring it
down.
down.
Right there.
turn it. Yeah, and see, yours is tapered,
okay.
whereas
Yeah, mine
none of
goes-
mine are.
mine goes from 3/8 to 3/16 on the top.
Yeah, mine is 3/8 all the way through.
If I turn this on its side, I guarantee you it's going to catch, because I've done it by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gerald is correct that I'm using a French Bedan. The English Bedans are the tapered ones. So, are there any other questions?
No, hey, Ruby, that was really good.
Ruby,
Well, hopefully-
Very.
Ruby, I'm going to jump in. That was a great demo. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Don't you be blaming the English on the Bedan. The word Bedan is French.
You're
What
right.
we take a French word and a French tool. We make a new tool. We still call it the French tool, and we market it, and people buy it. He is completely right, and a lot of the Bedans that are sold in the UK, if half of the turners know what a Bedan is, are chamfered at the end. They have a bevel at the bottom edge, rather than the traditional French Bedan that is flat-sided, totally flat. It went straight in down to the bottom of the box. And I only know this because of Ashley Isles, because I went to him with a tool and I said, I want you to make something like this. And he said, that looks like the old-fashioned Bedan that I used to make in the 70s. Nobody's ever asked for one of them. And I said, well, then I don't need it. And it stayed exactly where it was. But yeah, I can see both arguments there. I can see both sides. And certainly I can't say that it would be dangerous because I've never used one. So I'm going to take Scott's word on that.
Yeah.
But I can jump in and say about the two different Bedans. But the Bedan is definitely French. You know, it's kind of, well, beef bourguignon. It's either a beef bourguignon or it's a stew.
Right. Well, when you sharpen a Bedan, you put the bevel edge against your stone and sharpen it. But before you use it, you have to take a slipstone and on the top edge, away from the bevel, like if this is the bevel, then on this side you have to take the burr off. If you leave the burr on, it's going to catch.
Yeah.
And that's another part to it. But if you've ever used a 3/8 beading parting tool for forming beads,
Yeah.
the Bedan works exactly the same way.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see Scott's wouldn't work that way.
You're right. And that's because of the taper.
Yeah.
And I apologize for the quality of the filming and the angles and that if they're different than what you're used to. What happened was I don't do videos as a rule, and Rob Summerlin happened to come over and he said, we need to film you doing something, and all of the filming he did by hand, holding a handheld camera. And so I have to give him credit because he did a pretty good job for using a single camera by himself.
This whole evening was very enjoyable.
Well, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Al.
It was very enjoyable.
Good demo, Ruby.
Thank
I
you.
enjoyed it too.
I absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I have the same Bedan you do, Ruby. So I'm thinking, okay, I can follow you. I'm like, yay.
If I had to pick one tool out of all my tools, that tool would be that tool and the 3/8 beading parting tool would be my favorite tools because you can do so much. You can use them as a parting tool. You can use them like a skew. You can use them to form beads.
I agree. I agree. I have many tools, but it's only because I want to, because they're really fun to buy and play with.
Yeah. Well, I was
That's
I was
looks
just
like-
gonna
I feel the same way.
I was just gonna jump in there and say I did a video saying to people, just because you've seen somebody using a tool, it does not mean that you can use it. Do not all go looking for French Bedans.
no, you're
I'm
not
sure
going to find them.
Tool.
Well, it looks like to me
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have different gouges, and they're all ground different by different people. And the same thing will go for Bedan.
Yeah,
That's a
we
good
already
ground.
know we can make these Bedans because they sell the tool steel on Amazon because we've been there with Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, great,
Well, there's
Matt.
certainly Matt. There's certainly not a lot to the Bedans. There's not a
No,
lot of
it's just a
sharpening
square
or
piece of
anything.
tool steel. Square piece of tool steel ground at the right angle. So yeah.
Yeah,
And I'm
and
with Ruby. I'm with Ruby in that my beading and parting tool. I didn't know it was called a beading and parting tool. I just knew it as my parting tool. It was the first one I ever had, and I still use it today. And it's one of my favorite tools because it's so versatile. I'm with Ruby on that too. So and a lot, you can use a Bedan in a lot the same way. So it's just, it's a good solid wide tool, and you can do that with it. So yeah.
Matt, what is the dimension on your square to the bar? Is it like a 1/2 inch, 3/8?
Oh, I don't know.
3/8 works the best.
Mm.
Yeah, what Ruby says.
Gives you some stability.
3/8?
Yep.
Yeah, 3/8 by 3/8. And I have mine ground on about a 45-degree angle.
Me too.